Hello, and a very warm welcome to yet another Tuesdays at 2. A topic each week on career management I share with you, the viewer. Tuesdays, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a different topic, and this is episode number 132. Now, if you've got any comments, doesn't have to be related to today's topic, anything that's on your mind that's bugging you to do with your resume, your CV, personal branding, introduction to executive recruiters, job search, the list goes on, please comment in below, and I'm more than happy to answer those questions during this Tuesdays at 2. So today's topic is halfway through 2023. What functions are hiring hot? Well, first of all, it's very difficult to comprehend that we're halfway through 2023 already. Talk about wishing your life away. Yeah, it goes so quickly. The older you get, like me, the faster it goes, sadly. But anyway, so halfway through 2023, what functions are hiring hot? I decided not to use my own intuition when I was preparing this script. I went last week and yesterday, I went searching for experts, people who hire leaders, anybody above senior manager across the world, not just here in Canada, but across the world, to see what their take on this question was, because I wanted their input as well, not just what I'm getting from my clients and the input I feel I get from my particular network. So it's very intriguing. And it's the research was quite deep with executive recruiters and other decision makers. There was a sort of an agreement between what I perceive working in the as an executive career management expert, and also what hiring authorities are seeing today. But let's get it right first. I wanted to get this right up front because hiring recruitment is the best I have ever seen it, and I'm not alone. Everybody else who during that research and everybody else I touched base with in the last few months or even the year have said this is the best time for executive recruitment, senior manager and above they have ever seen. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, and doesn't matter what function you are in. So today's topic is I'm going to segment those functions, but bear in mind as I go through this that hiring is hot everywhere, across the board, across the world. So think of it as if you are thinking about triggering a job search, you want a promotion, or you want to go lateral, or you want to go into another industry. The economy, the hiring economy, lets you do that today. It's not bleak, it's really good. And statistics from all the governments across the world indicate that we are on a very big hiring spree. Unemployment is coming down and down and down, lowest in some countries for many a year. So that's really good. But the higher you go, the less jobs there are. So the higher you go, the more you have to compete, and the better it is going to be for you to have a dynamic LinkedIn profile and an outstanding ATS performance driven resume or CV. So make sure you have all your marketing collateral before you launch a job search. Make sure you have a heavy impact. You make a wow impact before you go on a job search. So please, anybody's got any comments, put them in the comments below, and I'm more than happy to answer them as I go through this Tuesdays at 2. So we were all in agreement yesterday and last week when I was touching base with executive recruiters and other hiring authorities. We were all in agreement that hiring is so strong, very, very robust. Why? Is because mainly because of the economy is good, despite interest rates going up, and despite we're at the latter end of COVID and all sorts of various interruptions, Ukraine war and whatever. We are still on a roll, but the main problem is we are lacking talent. we need talent. We are lacking people. We are lacking human beings, skilled human beings to fill those places from senior manager and above and also below. But I'm not going to talk about that today. So, yes, we are on a roll. So take advantage. If you are considering moving career, take advantage of this economy right now. It's going to be, it's really good. And by the way, next week's topic is going to talk about job search in the summer. So I will talk a lot about that next week. So hiring is very, very good. So here were the assumptions after the research, the due diligence I did, ready for this Tuesdays at 2. So what functions are hiring good? And this was across the world. This is not just relating to North America or Europe or somewhere else. This is across the world. So senior managers and above. Number one was IT. So anything to do with IT. So from CIO down to senior manager in IT and all the support ancillary functions that go into IT, certain degree, project management, and even the vendors, the suppliers to IT. So that is hot, despite what's happened at various, there's been big layoffs, particularly in Silicon Valley in the US and other big global IT companies. They have laid off, but IT is still hiring hot. So if you were laid off by Google and other entities, you are a hot item. So take advantage of that hiring right now. IT generally is on a roll. Number one. Number two is supply chain. Supply chain, where we saw some problems, and we're still, everybody I network with in supply chain say where the world is still on a knife edge as far as supply chain is concerned. We can't get stuff when we want it. And that was backdated to just before COVID. And it's been strengthened that way for a long, long, long time. So supply chain is a very, very hot hiring. So senior supply chain, we're all the way down to senior manager. So supply chain, number two. Number three is sales. Now, sales, we always need. Sales is the one that's very robust in all economies. It's good to have it in good economies. It's good to have it in bad economies. In fact, it does better in the bad economies. What do companies need to do? They need to have a good sales team that's going to make money, going to bring in revenue to combat that bad economy. So even though we're not in it today, a bad economy. Sales doesn't matter whether it's B2B, B2C, B2G, B2E, reseller, VAR, distributor. It is hot. But there again, if you have a sales resume, make sure you put some. I see so many sales resumes we did today. A sales resume without any figures, facts or figures in the resume. What are you going to be measured on? How much money can you make? So the dollar values, euro values, pound values, or whatever your currency is, plus percentage. Even if you work for a private company, you can get around that by putting metrics and avoiding that confidentiality. So number one, IT. Number two, supply chain. Number three, sales. Number four is procurement. I've been working with several leaders, chief procurement officers, vice president procurement, director of procurement, just recently across the world, and they are getting themselves into multiple interviews. So procurement is a very, very particular function, and it's also a very, very good function. Please, anybody got any questions? More than happy to answer those questions. Put them in the comments below. And as we go through this Tuesdays at 2, I'm more than happy to answer them. It doesn't have to be related to today's topic, which is halfway through 2023. What functions are hiring hot? So number one, IT. Number two, supply chain. Number three, sales. And number four is procurement. Number five is operations. So corporate operations, keeping the entity busy, keeping the infrastructure and all the other functions that go on around operations, keeping it together. So operations is number 5. Number 6 is marketing. So it doesn't matter whether it's traditional marketing, experiential marketing, traditional marketing. There's a wealth of marketing jobs at the senior executive level. In fact, what is very interesting is I've had 2 CMOs, so chief marketing officers, in the last few months, and both of them, where they're very high, there's no level above them, very high, demanding a very high salary. Both those CMOs got themselves into multiple offers, one in the US and one in the UK, and a couple of very senior vice presidents of marketing here in Canada got themselves into multiple offers too. So marketing, again, is number 6. Number 7 is finance. Finance has always been up and down. It's never been at the top of the list because it's a sort of a non-revenue generating function. But I'm seeing now a shortage of finance talent, good finance talent. And so that is now creeping in at number 7. And number 8 is human resources. Human resources goes up and down just like finance because it's another non-revenue generating function, has gone through some changes and what their responsibilities, their roles and responsibilities are. And now human resources is number 8. So let me run through those again. Let me run through them from the reverse order. So in number 8 is human resources. Number 7 is finance. Number 6 is marketing. Number 5 is operations. Number 4 is procurement. Number 3 is sales. Number 2 is supply chain. And number 1 is IT. Now, don't take these all verbatim because it does depend on, it can depend on geography. But a lot of job search, if you are thinking about a job search, is also, I'm going to be perfectly honest, as a job search coach, a career coach, an executive coach, I'm going to be honest, it's going to be a lot of luck being in the right place at the right time. And remember that the bulk of the jobs aren't advertised on job boards. They aren't through executive recruiters. They are through networking. So networking works. Make it work for you. Networking is so crucial. You should be networking while you're gainfully employed. So anybody got any questions on today's topic, or any questions, something that's bugging them, something that's on their mind to do with executive career management? Got a couple more minutes. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. But yeah, it's a very, very good economy. So if you are considering maybe moving, maybe transitioning, you want to elevate your salary, you want to elevate your bonus and all sorts of other things that come into that financial arrangement, or you want a new challenge, you want a new industry, you even want a new geography, you can move internationally today. It's a lot easier to move internationally, or you could become an expat. Expat is a really good assignment. So then you'll go tax-free in your home, your native state or country. So you can get some really good expat assignments right now. You go and work for 2 or 3 or 4 years, and you can save a ton of money, make a ton of money, save a ton of money, and that will increase your or decrease your retirement date. So look at that. But yeah, take advantage of the hiring. Anybody got any other questions to do with executive career management, resumes, CVs, personal branding, job search, interview, or anything else? Please feel free to come in, chip in, and I'm more than happy to answer those questions. I'm here every Tuesday at 2, a different topic each week. Let me tell you what next week's topic is. Going to be very pertinent. Oh, it's summer. I'm going to halt my job search. Oh, it's summer. I'm going to halt my job search. So come back next week for another Tuesdays at 2, and come with your questions. If anybody's got any questions, doesn't have to be related to that topic about summer job search, I'm more happy to answer those questions. So I'm looking forward to coming back next week. And I also, on Mondays and Fridays, 9 a.m. Monday morning, 2 p.m. Friday afternoon, I have crazy tips for career tips for a crazy world. So that's a 1 minute quick career tip. Join me each Monday and each Friday, 9 a.m. and 2 p.m., where I talk about another couple of topics each week. So I'm looking forward to you joining me next week. I will see you. Have a great week. Remember, do something this week to manage your career. That is very, very important. If I stimulated you, coerced you, excited you to change your job, it's a great economy. Have fun, and I will see you next week.